Well, Bitcoin's price has made a pretty damn good recovery up towards $64,000 to $65,000 just over the last 2 to 3 days, leading a lot of investors to wonder what is going on. Well, in today's video, I want to give you just my updated opinions and thoughts of what's happening with Bitcoin right now, as well as explaining some recently good news that we got and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. So looking at Bitcoin, what we can see again is that its price has done incredibly well over the last 48 hours. You can see here that of course we got all the way down to what was around $56,500, just like we talked about before, now making this beautiful move back to the upside, which does look like Bitcoin pumping roughly 13%, which is a lot, right? I mean, Bitcoin pumping 13% is substantial. Now, a lot of people are wondering, of course, what is going on and why did it just randomly start pumping out of nowhere? And it is kind of funny to me, right? Because everyone's so bullish and everyone's so excited and everyone's so happy with what the market's doing. And I'm just like, this was just it was just a little bitty recovery. And it's so crazy how exaggerated the emotions are in the market. This little bitty drop off right here freaks people out. And this little bitty pump back to the upside gets them all excited. It's funny to me because I still feel like it was back in the bear market where you kind of just get used to it. You don't really care what the market does. So me personally, this isn't a huge deal to me. But again, people are excited. And I want to talk about why this has happened. Now, some good news that we got recently as to why this has happened is that Grayscale actually just saw its first in the last 77 days day of inflows, in which they had over $60 million of inflows into their ETF, meaning that they had $60 million invested into their ETF to then purchase Bitcoin. This is the first time this has happened, again, within 77 days. Now, why? I honestly have absolutely zero idea. I don't know. It kind of beats me. They have some of the highest fees, if not the highest fees, out of any major ETF on the market right now. And so because of that, obviously, it's just like no one in their right mind with $60 million would decide to purchase Grayscale's ETF. So in my opinion, considering Grayscale is doing a shit ton of marketing, they're putting their name out there. They're trying to get known throughout the boomer community, right? Maybe it's just some boomers. I mean, that's what Well Panda said, actually, if I remember correctly. Well Panda said, obviously no one with the brain would invest in it. However, they're marketing hard. So probably some boomers that don't know better picks them up. That's kind of my thoughts, right? Like people who just don't know any better. And that is a big market, right? I mean, that is a major part of the ETF market with just the older generation in general when it comes to crypto. They don't really know better, right? And so because of that, it's not necessarily shocking, but what I will say is I would not start to expect to see them just getting tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of inflows every day. I don't think that's going to happen, personally. That's just my honest opinion, because again, no one in their right mind would invest in this through Grayscale rather than something like Blackrock in terms of the fees and the amount of money that they're going to spend and save. Okay. Now, on top of what happened with Grayscale, we also saw a lot of inflows from some of your other ones. BlackRock only did 12 million, which was interesting, but at the end of the day, not super surprising, especially considering they were negative for a few days there. But what we saw was Fidelity did 102 million and Franklin did 60.9 million, which was their record best days ever. So it's insane just how fast it switches, and it's insane how fast it happens. But the craziest thing about it is we were ahead of this, right? We were ahead of this, and we had been talking about, okay, it's probably a good time to start buying. The market's feeling a little bit over-read, over-exaggerated to the downside. Go look at the title of my last video. I said Wells just started buying a shit ton of Bitcoin, and after that video, now we're seeing Bitcoin's price itself pumping. In the videos before that, I was talking about the fact that we had key levels of support right down here that could hold Bitcoin's price up. I said that I was buying some at 57.5 and I was going to buy more at 55.3 if we got there. On top of that, you guys know HG Algo, my company's indicator, flashed right here, right around this $56,000 level, saying that this is a good time to buy. I made a video about that saying, look, this is a massive buy signal. The last time we saw this was all the way back in June of 2023 before we did put in this beautiful move to the upside that did eventually continue into the bull market. You guys know I've told you over and over and over again, HG Algo is the best indicator in the world, at least in my opinion. And the cool part about it is you can get it and you can try it out. 30-day money back guarantee. That means you can try it for 29 days. If you don't like it, you just get your refund, you get your money back, and you move on. And if you do like it, you keep using it, you keep making money. And on top of that, you will get 20% off, guys. It's my company's indicator. So I can kind of do whatever I want. So I'm just going to give you 20% off right now. If you do want to go sign up with the link down in the description below, at least go check it out again, because the proof is in the pudding. right? The proof is now really in the pudding. Does this mean that we're guaranteed to see the market continue upwards from here? No. But after seeing a 14%, 13% pump off of this signal that hasn't flashed in God knows how long, almost a year now, I think the proof is in the pudding, and you've seen it historically. And so with that in mind, again, we had been buying. We had been doing our purchasing down here. And now we're in a position where we can make some decisions, right? We don't have to FOMO into the market right here, because I do think that that's a bad idea. Now, the reason that I think that this is a bad idea is because we've not guaranteed, or we've not concluded that this is the end of this pullback, right? I mean, we could have thought this was the end of the pullback, and then we just continue down to a lower low. And so because of that, I am not actually in a position where I'm buying right now at all. I'm not doing any buying, because I need to see whether or not Bitcoin's price is going to be able to recapture some of these levels to the upside and really put itself in a position in which it can continue to grow. We have two major points of resistance sitting right above us right now, and at that, where we are at this given point, again, I don't think it's the best time to be buying. Major point of resistance number one is if we draw Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, we have the 618 to 786 zone between $65,000 and $63,000. That's obviously already starting to slow Bitcoin's price down. And then the thing about it is that if we break this Fibonacci zone, you then have the macro Fibonacci zone between the all-time high in this swing low, which is ending around $69,000. So in between $63,000 and $69,000, we're going to run into a shit ton of resistance right here, and all of those could do the same thing that this did and pull the price back to the downside to continue this either sideways movement or continual downtrend to the downside. And so because of that, no, I don't believe that this is the best time to be buying. The best time would have been when we were buying a couple of days ago, whenever the market was over exaggeratedly red. Okay, and so going forward, personally, what I'm going to be doing is I am, happy with this news. I'm happy to see what we're seeing. I'm happy to see that the wells are stepping back in. But at the end of the day, I'm not really going to be doing too much. I don't think that this is a good time to be buying personally. I'd rather see it now start to clear some of these levels to the upside before I can get too confident that this isn't anything but just another one of these, right? It could easily just be another one of these little bounce to a continuation. So because of that, I obviously will continue to update you. I'll continue to let you know what I'm doing. If you want to know what some other people are doing, you can also join our free trading group down in the description below. You get trade signals from our professional traders, live streams, and more. On top of that, all you need to do is sign up for CoinW to join the trading group, and you'll also get up to $30,000 in bonuses and rewards once you do sign up and register and start trading. You don't have to KYC, meaning you don't have to give them any of your personal information. You can quite simply just deposit funds and start trading. And as I mentioned before, that'll also get you into a trading group to where you can see what some other professional traders are doing as well. So please don't miss out on that. That's a really good opportunity. So overall, I mean, that's my opinion, that's my thoughts, and that's where I'm at with Bitcoin. Don't get phased out, don't get freaked out, or kind of tricked by this little move that we're seeing. We haven't really proved too much yet, so we do have some work to do. And so because of that, I will continue, of course, as I mentioned before, to update you as it does happen. So with that said, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.